Guys, sorry, I'm back. Maybe some people come back on. Trying to get this tripod. I'm having all sorts of technical problems here, guys. And it's a little angled. It is what it is. All right, now I got my tea. Now I can get to work. All right. So that's cleared. I'll wait for a few people to come on here. Go ahead and do it. Pick up a few things while I do so. I may have to get a charger. I don't know. All right, what do I want to do here? Well, I think if I move this out of this room, then I can build this little table area. Actually, first, I got to screw this thing together. Let's see if people can see it. Yeah, they can. Cool. I'm going to screw put a few screws in this table because it's not super sturdy right now. Let's see here. I want to. Come on, computer. I get back on and go back, and it's easier to chat on my computer. There we go. If anyone's on there, I can chat. You know, I'm going to need to. There we go. Perfect. One side. Well, that didn't work. Alrighty. There. Got one side done. Whoa. Yeah, I had to end the other live stream because my daughter, she's up trying to sleep. She gets up, I think, to brush her teeth, and then she, for some reason, opens up her jewelry box, which has a light in it, which then kind of blinds her. And then she was freaking out that she still saw the light. You know, if you look in the sun and you still see the light after you close your eyes, she was freaking out over that. I was like, chill out, go to bed. You guys have heard that before, I'm sure. If you got kids, go to bed. Stop freaking out. You'll be fine. So, yeah, I had to stop the stream. It is what it is. All right, got that one. Hey, got one person back on. Just building this shelf here. 2 more to go. And then I can move this 3x3 unit out of the way, and then I can set up the shelf. Yeah, I don't even know if going live at 10:30 is even worth it. Probably not. There's no one here. Well, I kind of had a problem with my previous live stream, so that's to be expected, you know. You screw up and you lose your audience. That's how it goes. There. All right, that is done. Now I got to move this stuff. I got the legs already pre-cut. I cut them before the kids went to bed because a good old miter saw is loud. And so's a nail gun. All right. Crowbar. Up here. All right. Where to put this? Oh, a duster. Find something new every day, you know? All right, unplug this. Gotta move this shop back somewhere else. All right, I'm debating where I want to. Probably getting rid of that. I don't see anywhere else I would put this because this place is packed. So I'm just gonna get it out of here. Here we go. Sorry, can't come with me, guys. Take this thing out. Okay. There. Got that out. Excuse me. Yeah, it's a little late for a mousetrap, anyone? Yeah, I do get mice down here every now and then, and you got to keep traps out at all times or else they're going to take over your place, and then you're going to have mouse droppings everywhere, and then it's just gross. It's gross. So I try to head them off before they even want to get settled in, and they die. Sorry, YouTube. I don't know if that's a nice thing to say, but it is what it is. Jeez, what a mess. All right. So I had like a little 3x3 cube here, and that's kind of a nice workbench. This was all built here when we moved in, and so I'm going to build the same thing but with a little bit nicer wood top in this section here. And yeah, I'm probably going to prop you guys over here. Sorry for the light. That's another thing too. I'm going to try to diffuse this light above here. These are just like kind of basement lights that, you know, are wide open, so it's kind of a real bright. But it is what it is. That's what I have. Anybody chatting? No. All right. Now I got to figure out. Okay, let's see here. I'll position you guys so where you can see what I'm doing. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to do this myself. Suppose. Look and see what I got here. I got a chair over here. I might just use this to prop this up. All right. A little too high, dang it. We'll see what happens. We'll see if I can pull this off by myself. I think I'm going to pre-drill a couple of, yeah, I'm going to definitely pre-drill some holes here. Got a stud there, and a stud there, so I'm going to mark those. Right there. Now I can see it. All right. Let's see what we can do here. Is that the way I want it? Yes. Probably this. Yeah, I can set up these 2x4s. Kind of let them sit up here. There we go. And then this. That's it. Okay. So, yeah, I can't really pre-drill, but I gotta get my drill ready. This could be a disaster on a live stream, right, guys? Oh, you came back. Thanks. Walking Beyond Borders. Made a post on the 2 light kit builds. You already made a post? How do you do that so quick? You just do a live stream and then like post it maybe? That's crazy. That's cool. What do you think? Actually, yeah, this will be alright. Okay. Now I can hold this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Of course. Alright, I see the stud, so that's good. Actually, I think I'm going to have to pre-drill it. Yep, because I can't. This is going to, stupid nail is going to fall off every time. I just need to get one in there, in the stud, and then I'm good to go. There it is. All I need is one. Okay. All right. I talk to myself when I do stuff like this. Make sure it's flush against that. Okay. I'm gonna have to, might want to try to level it. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably pretty good. I want to get the level on if I have to. Get it in there though. She's in. Not perfectly level or anything, but I'll get there. Cheers, Daniel Barry Sports Highlight. Cheers to you, man. What are you up to tonight, Saturday night? All right, now I need to, I might have to adjust this, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it down, it looks like. It should have been the right height. I might have to shim that, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shim it up. That's off. Yay. Alright, this one. Let's just switch this out. Getting old. Hey, how's it going? Consume the goodness. How you doing? Yeah, let's see here. Might have to take that screw out. Maybe pre-drip another one. There we go. Trying to find a stud here. Make sure I've got this. Setting on my 3D printing workshop. Kendra. Let's go up. Yep. Okay. Still think it's pretty. All right. She's up there. Now I just need to figure out. I'm gonna have to shim this up. Actually, I don't need to shim it up. Never mind. Well, I still will shim it up, but I can just screw this. Get it up. That. Like that. There we go. Okay. I forgot I can just screw this into this side here. That's it. And I'll do one more on that side. All right. I don't even need these almost. I probably just need the one right here in the corner. All right, here we go. There. Whew. Not too bad. It's a little. It's a hair on level, not much though. Yeah. It's not like I don't think I'm putting anything level on this to where it matters. There we go. It's not too bad. Now, since I've got a few people on here, Jenny Ham Sandwich checking out the channel. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. You'll be printing specific things or just a variety of stuff? Yeah, just kind of whatever I think will be useful and like a tool or something like that. My kids are going to print, you know, the toys and all that, but I'm just going to try to find out anything unusual, unique, because the 3D printing world is pretty competitive. There's a ton of people on, what do you call it? Etsy and eBay with 3D printing stuff, so you kind of have something unique. But I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm going to learn CAD and just enjoy the process in general. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, that's pretty solid. Now I got to get this. Let's see if I can move you guys over a little bit. There. So you can see me getting to work right. I think, let's see. Yeah, it looks like I'll have to shim it. You know, to be honest, I don't even need to. Let me see here. Yeah, you know, I think I do have some shims somewhere. I'll have to think where I put those shims. No, not there. I think I have some in another room, but for now, I could probably leave that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get. I have a few other regular tower PCs. They're just half towers from years ago. They're sitting in another room. And I'm going to get a monitor here in the corner. So if I want to get 3D prints from my NAS. I can pull up there, maybe make adjustments here in this room, and then it would be good for doing shipping if I ever get some volume on the 3D print side. I can do prep here for shipping, and then have labels and little baggies. I'm going to need probably to use some of this storage for some of that down the road. So yeah, I didn't even really think about putting a printer down here, but I think it makes sense. I'll probably put the tower up here, maybe behind the monitor. I've got a I can use a 24 or 28 inch display for the corner there. And so I can have a little digital print shop essentially for shipping and for sending prints over to the 3D printer. Now, my wife suggested that I use this door for the 3D printers, which I'm agreeing with her. I try to agree with her or else I get in trouble, But it's got enough depth here. There's 3 feet, so I can get to the back of the printers and deal with stuff. I think there is electrical down here too. I'm pretty sure I've got an electrical outlet down there. So I'll have to check. If I have to, I'll add some outlets. I think I might actually run a few outlets and put them on those studs there. It'll just make it easier for plugging stuff in and out on the 3D printer side. So I remember full size cases, 7 bays, 6 never use. What cases? I'm trying to think. Oh, you mean on a tower, you mean? Yeah, I've got a full tower upstairs. I've had it for like 15 years. I think it does have like 7 bays for hard drives and CD-ROMs. But they're so big. Honestly, the little half towers are much better. So let's see here, man. I still got a lot to clean up. Oh, I'll show you guys so I had all these Lego sets on this crazy door here. Okay. And so now I did some adjustments today to this kind of hidden closet. This goes under my fireplace, and I had to move this bottom shelf. I had to take it all apart, move it down another 2 inches to get the clearance for all these Ultimate Collector Series sets to fit. And then behind here, this is just some light I had up there it's dark. And then behind here, I have this Millennium Falcon, and then that's the AT-AT, and then this one you guys may have seen in my office behind me when I shoot videos at my desk. That one's put together. That's the what is it, Imperial Cruiser or whatever you call it. And then up there I have like waterproof bins, because I have seen like a slight leak up there. I don't know if it was how old it was, but I'm not taking any chances. I mean, if I have a flood, I'm screwed, but hopefully I don't have a flood. So here we go. Yeah, Driving Daily, man, he had a great stream tonight. He was making some good donations, and he just had a slow January too, so that's kind of refreshing to see that he had some good donations there for his stream. I gotta extend this tripod out. It's like wobbly on me. I want the Infinity Gauntlet set. Yeah, the hand. My kids want that too, and I don't even know what even does. So, but maybe I'll get it someday. I think it might be retired though. I don't know. You let me know if it's retired. Yeah, the Mickey and Minnie Mouse set. That's a good one. I just put that one away. I had it built for maybe a year or so. Yeah, I've got the castle too. It's way up there. It's above where this camera is. Again, maybe I'll do a review of all my stuff. Oh, on the castle? Yeah, the light kit for the castle, the Disney castle. Yeah, that would be good. All right. I think I got everything out of here that I need. I'm going to close this up. Let's see here. I've got another Rubbermaid though. I'll be right back. I got to grab it And I think I'm going to put it right on top of this. Those tubs down there at the bottom. See if they fit. I don't know if they will because I lowered the shelf. Got this camping tub here. Let's see if it fits. Nope. Well, nope. I'll have to put it in another spot. But Legos are more important than the camping stuff, guys. You know that. I've got another storage room over kind of kitty corner to this room, so I got to go through that, purge a bunch of stuff, and then I'll make room for this other stuff. Man, even half this stuff that I got in this room, I should purge half the stuff. Yeah, I'm on a live stream, so it's getting somewhere. That was my wife. She's like, she don't like being on the internet, so I'm like, I'm on a live stream, guys. Or I'm on a live stream. You don't want to be on here. Hey, David. Nice to meet you, man. Thanks for stopping by from Driving Daily. Appreciate it. Seeing who else is on there. What's up, John? Are you done for the night, man? What was the final total? I'm going to guess 148. That's what I'm going to guess. All right. I'll have to catch John back up, guys, so I'm going to have to repeat a little bit about what I talked about now that he's on here. Are you driving home, John? You know? Or are you still parked? You got to get home, man. You got to get home to your family. That's important. All right, got to get this shop vac all cleaned up. I'll show you my setup here, John, after I picked a little bit of things up. I've just been... I just got my shelf up. I'll show you that. And then I'll explain to you my new strategy. 155, hey. So that's a decent night, you know. I mean, 200 would have been better. But, you know, for as slow as you've been, 155, that's the way to close it out, you know. That's pretty good. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Everything's so nice and neat. Not in this room, but it's getting there. Okay, it's getting there. I'll show you a little tour. So again, I moved all these Lego sets that were on this metal table here. I got them all moved over here for the most part. There's a couple things I gotta move. Even back there, I got this crazy shelf squeezed way back there. The only problem is that when I open the door, I barely can get anything in here. So this 3D printer I've got, I might have to take this whole shelf out. Maybe not the shelf, but at least these Rubbermaids. I think, let me see. No, I think I'll still, if I have to, I'm taking the door off. Okay? If I have to, I do not want to move any of this stuff. It'd take me an hour or two just to get that 3D printer in here. I think I'll be able to get it through the door with it off, if anything. So, but yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty organized, I guess. They say at the beginning of the year, restaurants are slow because of resolutions. Lots of people give up the resolutions this coming Monday. What is that? What? 10 days in, people give up their resolutions. It's probably 100% true, honestly. Like, I bet you 85% of people are like, nah, I'm done. I'm going back to, you know, Applebee's or Chick-fil-A, whatever it is, right? Yeah, John, I love the setup you got going. You should do just like a video on that alone, talking about how you're doing both the DoorDash and the live streams 9 hours a day. Like, if you're able to do that, anyone should be able to make it out here. I mean, that's the bottom line. You got to encourage, you know, a lot of the naysayers that are out there, just, you know, saying, oh, the world is ending. You know, what do they say? Oh, we're cooked, right? That's always the saying. We're cooked, guys. Everyone's cooked. I mean, I get it. Everything is hard, no doubt. But People are still trying out there. John's one of them. I'm off to bed. Really glad John told us about your stream. Glad I could help pop in and say hi. Yeah, thanks, Kendra. I appreciate it. Get some rest. Yeah, thanks, John. I appreciate that. You've inspired me with your consistency. Yeah, it was not easy, but I'm glad I did it. Honestly, it's been worth it. Just it's been a different mindset, man. Doing every day, posting every day, thinking about it, 7 days a week, trying to stay on schedule. But anyways, now that you're on, good night. Looks great. Hey, Johnny BB Gunner, man, how you doing? Yeah, I'll show you the new bench I've got. Let's see here. Well, I gotta close this so you can see it all. So I just added that bench on this live stream. I think I did a pretty decent job. It is fairly level. Let's see here. Yeah, it's not bad. And so my wife changed my mind about things. She said, "Hey, Dan, move all of your UCS sets in this closet." I had to move a shelf down another 2 inches. So I got all my Lego sets there. And now this crazy door shelf, okay, it's a door. It's like some steel door that somebody installed here, maybe from a restaurant or something. It's got like a window here, hey, hello down there. But she said I should put my 3D printer on this thing. It's 3 feet depth, super wide, and it's like a rock. It ain't moving whatsoever. They did install it like really good. I think it is level. I didn't check that, but I think it is. Might as well check it. But you can do the self-leveling, I think, with the 3D printer. Yeah, we're good here. Yeah, we're good. So that's going to be the 3D printer area. Okay, and what else I'm going to do is I gotta reinforce these shelves. Not that there's that much weight there, but I'm going to reinforce them. And then I'm going to install just some battery powered track lighting or pop lighting, some sort of underlighting here. That way the 3D printing area will be nice and lit up. And I could even probably do like 2 or 3 3D printers here, if I do ever get to a production level. Let's see here. Do I see a Cybertruck? Yes, you do. That's the Mattel version of Lego. They do what is it called? Mega Blocks. They do have like Masters of the Universe ones. But my wife got me that for Christmas. She knows I love my Teslas. It's sitting up in my office. You've probably seen it maybe in the background of some of my office YouTube videos. But so yeah, that's the plan. This is going to be the 3D printer area, and then over here in the corner desk is going to be for shipping labels, maybe deburring parts, and I'm going to install a computer over here. I've got plenty of monitors, other 4K monitors. I've got a couple of them laying around. I've got 2 computers. I haven't booted them up in years. We'll see if they still work. I think they've got some Windows. Maybe they're not licensed for Windows, but I can run like Linux on those if I really wanted to. But I think I'll just run like a non-licensed version of Windows, or I might get the new Windows 11. I don't know. Actually, no, I can't, because Windows 11 requires upgraded hardware, which these are older computers. So maybe I'll just get an old version of Windows 7 or something like that, or Windows 10. You got to get a Model 3 or something. Yeah, the Model 3 Lego set. Unfortunately, I don't think they make them. See, looks great. I think Bamboo can print on a 45. They are that good. Yeah, thanks, Phil. It's Phil, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the real car. Yeah, I've thought about it, man. I was thinking about selling my Tesla shares today. Sadly, I was actually thinking about selling like half my position in my IRA. I don't know. I think it would be prudent to sell like a couple 100,000 worth and then just ride the rest. I could at least sell covered calls. Now you got me talking about the stock market. I was thinking about selling 6 covered calls because I have like 1,200 shares. if I sold those and then I get sold out, who cares? It is what it is. I don't know. It's hard to sell a stock you've been invested in for that long. But I think about it every day, and I have thought about in my after-tax brokerage selling the shares I have and then buying a Model 3. But then I wouldn't be practicing what I preach and buying a brand new car. You know what I'm saying? It's just like counterintuitive to the channel, because I've been saying you should drive a beater for years and years and years. Now, granted, I've driven my car for 15 years now, but yeah, every now and then maybe it is time to get a new car. Do used Teslas hold? I think used Teslas do hold up. I think they do. I'd probably do a little bit more research before I decide to pull the trigger on a used one, but I think they do. I got the Model 3 not long ago. I love it, although it's not new. So you have a used one, Jenny. Okay. Yeah, let us know what you think about it. How many miles did you have on that when you bought it? Well, hopping off YouTube for the night. Thanks, Dwayne Standridge. I appreciate it, man. I got a 2022. 85,000 miles. Okay. How many miles do you have on it now? Yeah, 2022 I think has the hardware 4 in it. So it is, I think, upgradable to FSD, I believe. Let's close this thing out. Let's see if it even closes. There we go. Cool. There might be something still pressed up against there. Who knows? 100. My brother is door dashing in it. Okay. It's got the older hardware, so that part sucks. 2022s have the hardware 3, really. That's good to know. Thanks, HB. Nice having you in the chat. Yeah, the drone. I think I know where the battery is, but I haven't charged it in a while, so I don't know if even the battery would charge on that. But yeah, it's getting there. This room is finally almost there. I still got to deal with some stuff here. I got like these old Guitar Hero guitars. You guys remember playing this game back in the Wii game? Probably in the like 2009 or something. I busted these out the other day and showed my kids. They were not impressed. They didn't care for the rock music. I was like, come on, guys. Foghat, Aerosmith, the classics. So they still work, so I'm going to keep them. And maybe they'll like rock someday. We'll see. Yeah, I got a super chat from a couple people from your channel tonight, John. I appreciate it, man. I can't remember who the channel names were, but I'll review them and I'll give them a shout out on a video in the future, especially if they're trying to grow their channel, But yeah, we got to do a live stream together sometime. I think that'd be fun. Oh, you're not leaving? Okay, cool, HB. All right. Now what do I got to do? It's kind of hard to do. John, I give you all the respect, man. How do you do a live stream, look at the chat, respond to the chat, and do DoorDash all at the same time and while you're driving? It's pretty crazy, man. I don't know how you do it. Because now I'm like, okay, what do I do now? I do have let's see here. I got to clean up my tools. I got a lot of tools to clean up. I got to close this rack as well. Where did I put my keys? Oh, they're in it. Okay. I'll show you my rack. Let's see here. Not the kind of rack you're thinking of, John. Just a rack of gear, tech gear. Since you're on. Let's see. I'll have to set this down here. Yeah, cool. Hey, man. What are you doing? Give me a donation, man. You did have a good night, I will say, man. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. I got to heart you, and I got a fist bump. Exactly. You got to be good at DD to have all that going on while driving. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy how much he's got going on. But you've been doing it for so long, you're probably pretty used to doing the driving daily and doing all the multitasking all at once. And you're taking calls from support and canceling your orders. It's insane, man. Yep, happy birthday again. Was it Thomas was your name? I can't remember. Yeah, here's my rack. I'll show you guys what's in here. There's not a whole lot in here, to be honest. Let's see here. I thought I plugged this in. There we go. Woo! Let's see if I can show you guys it. All right. So down here at the bottom, it's just a small power supply. I can plug stuff in from the front. It's kind of nice. Here's a 4-bay Synology RS 820 Plus. I've had this thing since I moved in here for about 3 or 4 years. It's a great product, honestly. It's got 4 10 terabyte drives. Yeah, 10 terabytes, and it's RAID 5, if I remember right. So you lose one drive, and you can hot swap one of the drives. But if I lose 2, I'm screwed. I lose all my data. So in total, it gives me 28 terabytes to store all my YouTube videos and my family videos. So yeah, I tell you what, that Synology company, they're doing something right. Let's see, Timothy, sorry. I knew it started with a T. How many of you have electric or hybrid cars for gig work? I don't have one yet. I want a electric car someday, but not yet. Let's see here. Then this is the switch here. This is just a dumb switch. It's a Netgear power over Ethernet switch. And I think it's 100 gig if I remember right. But it doesn't have any DHCP or any smarts in it. And then up here is just a, it kind of keeps the wires organized. I don't know what they call these things. And man, I'm ready to fill up with more stuff, but I don't have any ideas to put anything in there. I do have other rack mount computers, but I just don't have any applications for them. And you don't want to run computers all the time because they just take up power and energy and noise and dust. Now, if I had a powerful computer, I could mine for Bitcoin, but I don't think I'd make much money on that these days. Plus, I'm not really interested in it. Painting some Hellraiser boxes out here. What are those? Hellraiser boxes. Prop Dude Shop. That's where my printers are going to go, man. I think I've got the headspace for the H2S printer with the AMS feed. Pretty sure I got enough headspace. It's 3 feet deep. I think I'm going to be okay as far as the poop chute in the back and all that. The 80s horror movie puzzle box. Oh, okay, cool. And then over here, again, is going to be my workshop area where I can get rid of, nards from the 3D prints. I'm going to set up another computer over there so I can do shipping and packaging, stuff like that. Yeah, Tiff, I think it's a Timothy that he's like 11 years old using his sister's account, Aubrey's account. So happy birthday, Timothy, man. That's great. Oh yeah, you haven't gotten any presents yet. You're gonna open presents soon, but yeah, hopefully. What'd you ask for? I'm sure you asked for something, right? I'll email you my address so that you can put it on a post-it note on the wall. Yeah, so I can mail you the prototypes, right? Yeah, I'll definitely do that, Tiff. That'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's see here. I got a few things left to do here. All right. Tiff, did you see the new desk? See, I added that corner. Now I've got a nice corner desk over here to do shipping, working on prints, maybe trimming prints. I don't know. I got to get a torch too. Torch some prints. I think sometimes you got to torch them to like get the nards off and stuff. Now the other thing I'm going to do, guys, is I know that I need storage for the filament and probably tools. So underneath here, I'm going to actually get probably 2 toolboxes or like cabinets that go under here with drawers. I already saw some on like Amazon that'll fit under this setup here, so I'm pretty excited about that. That'll be nice to store all the tools I'll need for it. All right, now I'm going to take care of these tools because this is a hot mess. I'll have to fix this tomorrow. There's a few more things I got to do to it. See, I got my screws. I gotta get rid of those. I think this is a record tonight. 8 people on a live stream. Probably half are from John's channel. Probably more than half, to be honest. John's just hustling out there, man, helping everyone out, helping all the YouTubers out that are on his channel. So it's all good, man. John at Daily Driver, if you haven't heard of him, he's got a channel called Daily Driving or Daily Driver. Can't remember if it's Driving or Driver. And he live streams for 9 hours a day, and I always catch him once or twice a day. You know, I get busy throughout the day, and then every now and then I get a chance. I see he's still on. I'm like, where are you at, John? Are you at $100? Are you at $50? You see 12, 11? Sweet. Awesome. That's definitely a record for the channel, for sure. Let's see here. All right. That. All right. This is a messy toolbox. I really need to organize this. And that's what I'm going to do next, is I'm going to get a few more pegboard things. I mean, this isn't too bad, but I could probably add more pegs and make that pretty nice. So, got this stuff in here. Yeah, I've just kind of let this room go, and when you do that, then everything's a mess. But it gives me something to do, I guess. Oh, I appreciate that, Tiff. Smash the like. I never say that. I always forget to say that. I guess that's how, you know, kind of get the algorithm in your favor, right? John, are you home yet? Or are you on your way home? All right, tools go back in the toolbox. Yeah, I think I get the printer. It's supposed to ship the 15th, but I'm not counting my chickens. You know, if something's on back order, it could take a little bit longer. So I don't want to get my hopes up or anything. That's why I'm kind of prepping all this this whole area to get ready for it. Because even then, after I get it, it's going to take time to set it up, learn it, figure out what software to use. I'm using this Tinkercad right now, but maybe they've got a better software. I think they have this Bamboo Suite or something like that. So I'll do a video on all this stuff I'm setting up. I got to, I think tomorrow my video is on, you guys know those, you guys ever seen these TikTok videos where women are like saying, oh, I only will date a man making over 100, 150, 200K. So I'm going to do a take on that, because I think that's kind of silly, to be honest. I mean, I get it. Everyone wants to have lots of money, but making 100K or 200K doesn't mean you're actually wealthy. Most of them are probably broke. Hey, Dan, you can get a paint sprayer and just spray all the cork board. That's better than using a roller. Yeah, but the problem is, Tiff, I'd have to take all of this stuff down and get rid of it. I don't think I'm going to paint it. I was thinking about it. But that's why I would use the roller, because I could probably get away with rolling most of this. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it. If it's bamboo, they've been way off about the back orders. I've seen from multiple people they ship out early. Oh, okay. So they're giving themselves a little conservative estimate, essentially. And then they surprise people with coming out early. That makes sense. I had the video off a few seconds, so I might have missed you answered my question. Okay. Hey, let me know if you have a question again. Just ask the question. My sister doesn't believe me that you said happy birthday. Happy birthday, Timothy. Mine came 3 weeks early. Oh, wow, that's cool. Yeah, the back order was only till January 15th, and I just ordered it like 3 days ago. So, yeah, under promise, over deliver is a good strategy. No, I'm not in North Carolina. I'm in Michigan, up in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So it's the southwest corner of the state, if you're familiar with the good old mitt. What model? The P2S, right? P2S. I'm already forgetting what the model is. I think that's it. P2S or PS2 or whatever. I'll have to do a video on that too. I think they lowered the price on the P1S, I believe, because that's like their older model or something. But apparently they fixed a bunch of issues with the PS2 or P2S, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I got a lot to learn, man. Your comment, prop dude, I understood a fairly decent amount of it, but there was some stuff in there. I'm like, what is he even talking about? There's a lot there going on. P2S, okay. Very good choice. Lots of upgrades. Yeah, I was watching a few YouTube videos on, I think it was like they did some upgrades to the nozzle. You know, they were getting some issues there or something like that. And apparently, like the camera inside was a little cheap or something like that. I did upgrade, or I did get the slow-mo camera so I can do time-lapse camera. I did get that little chip for $15 or whatever. And I did get a 2mm nozzle so I can get even finer granularity if I want to change it out from the 4mm. So I had a K1 Max and sold it. Was okay, but not worth it with some headaches. What is K1? What company is that from? Is that from Bamboo or is that from a different company? All right. I better check my battery here. I'm running low on battery. I might have to take you guys upstairs and get me a charger. I better do that because this thing's gonna go. Let's see. I need a tea drink before I go, man. It's getting late, you know. I don't. It's like 11:30. New nozzles make it a huge plus. X1C still good for higher temp stuff, but not needed anymore. P2S is pretty much a successor to the old flagship. Hey, thanks, Timothy. You subscribed? Awesome, man. Hopefully you enjoy the channel, man. I got some good stuff on the channel. I may have to be a little quieter because my kids are sleeping. I don't want to wake them up. I should be okay. Gotta get a charger. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen my Lego shelves back there, there's the Cybertruck. And up there at the top is Game of Thrones. That's a different brand. There's Pac-Man, Atari. Let's see here. What I got up here? Nintendo. There's some classic space there. This is a set I had when I was a kid. That's called the King's Castle. And then this is the newer version of that big castle that Lego came out with just recently. And up there is Blacktron. That's old sets from the 1980s. Newer sets from the Lego movie. That's the Rexcelsior. And then, of course, BB-8. I don't know those two droids' names because they're new Star Wars. Can't read them. And then, of course, there's a Game of Thrones dragon. Good times, you know? Yeah, I'm really excited that I got this whole room set up. See, I've got another room right here that's just full of junk. So I need to go in here and organize and throw away a bunch of crap. And then these are my two lovely furnaces that I have problems with every now and then. I had a carbon monoxide problem with them the other day, so that was a $900 service bill. Luckily, it was in under warranty, so the heat exchanger was covered, and that's probably saved me probably a couple $1,000. So now it's kind of brand new. So knock on wood, right? K1, oh, Creality. Yeah, I found their website. That's kind of a new website for me. I've never heard of that company, but yeah, looks like they have 3D printers, obviously. K2 Plus seemed okay, but Creality just gave me too many issues over the last 5 years. That's what I saw on YouTube. A lot of people were having issues with the Creality 3D printers, which is unfortunate. You know, they've got a lot of other things on that channel or on that website. Right now, the H2S is my favorite, even over the H2D. Yeah, I'm not. Those are the bigger ones, right? The bigger 3D printers. All right, charging. Good. One thing you will not see everywhere when you do a firmware update, it's good to power cycle, then run calibration again. All right, dude. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, HB $900. That was just for the labor, just to install this um, heat exchanger, which it was a big. I mean, this guy brought in like 2 or 3 boxes, and it was a large steel or aluminum apparatus. So it was a pretty big job. It was like 4 or 5 hours. So I could see how that's $900. But I got quoted on furnaces last year, and it's like $14,000 for furnace and AC. Um, I'm gonna have to replace one of them sooner or later, so that's gonna be a hit. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm starting the 3D printer business, right, guys? 14 grand of 3D prints. That would be like thousands of them, which I don't think I'm going to get there. I'll be lucky if I make $100 or $1,000. You know, that would be nice. $1,000 would be a success if I could sell $1,000 worth of plastic. We'll see what happens, you know. But I've been watching some other 3D print channels that are just selling kind of regular stuff, and I seen one guy that was making like not making but selling $6,000 worth of gross revenue, which I think his profit was like two or 3 grand, maybe 5 grand. But you know, hey, you gotta start small. Same thing with YouTube. You gotta start small and grow the channel. Same thing with growing a business. So I'm looking forward to it. One benefit of the H2D is the belt. Okay, yeah, when it's moving the head. More teeth ridges, so fewer surface anomalies combined with the influence from the motors. That wavy thing can still happen. It's minor, but still. I get it, yeah. So that's why you upgrade to those bigger. It's not even so much about size of the model, which obviously those bigger units probably do, but they have better parts and better designs. I get it. Nice potential, yeah. I never mentioned this anywhere, but I hit. Wow. You hit. I don't know if you want me to disclose that, but you hit 83K revenue for 2025. Dude, that's awesome. Congrats. That's great, man. You must know your pricing pretty well to be making that kind of money. That's the hardest thing too, is to figure out your pricing. But yeah, that's why I think the potential's there, and the fact that the bamboo shop was back ordered one, and all the filament was like going bye. I added on the 40% off filament. I could only get one color because all the rest were sold out. Now that could have been because of Christmas, you know, they were probably out of stock, but I think it's because people are doing business with this 3D print stuff. All the kids, they love all these toys, these dragons. My kids, every print they make, they're in love with them. And I keep telling my kids, man, you guys got to sling this stuff over in school and sell this stuff to your buddies. But I don't really know if I care for the kids print stuff. But maybe building some toys wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, what's your business? What prints are you selling in general? Main reason is for the larger bed volume. Yes. H2D, you lose a bit from the dual nozzle. Okay, so it's got a dual nozzle. H2S uses more of a whole plate. Also self-ventilates to keep temps proper for whatever filament type. Right, okay. And the P2S has the circulation in there as well, the ventilation, I believe. Some people were kind of critical of it, like it maybe didn't work exactly the way they said, but yeah, all stuff I'm excited to learn about, you know. And dude, I'm so happy you're on the channel to help me learn this stuff. That's part of YouTube too, is listening to the comments, responding, and just learning from everyone else that's out there, because I don't know everything, you know. I'm definitely not about 3D printing. Well, let's see what I got here. That's just shelving instructions. All right, I got some tools up here I need to take care of. Let's see. All right, got my Dremel. All right, it's coming together. Coming together. Let's see what else. I got to take care of those guitars. These are like Pottery Barn shelf things that my wife bought, and now she doesn't use because we don't have a place for them. Maybe I could put them somewhere. Who knows? We are all about organization. My wife, she's 100%. I don't know how we fit all this stuff. We had a smaller house, half the size of this house. I don't know how we fit all this stuff. All this stuff was in my old house. It's crazy. But we were very organized with things, and that's how we did it. My shop is on Etsy, mainly movie props that are fun for me to make, and just hope they connect with like-minded people. Dude, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want to do. It's just fun stuff that I like to, that I'm into, that I think would be fun to build, design, and help people out, like the board games organizers and this silly wall plate thing, this concept I've got going on there. And yeah, dude, that's where things are at. It's just doing something fun. That's what you're passionate about. The Book of the Dead from 1999 Mummy went insane on Instagram, so that's keeping me busy. Okay, the book from, what is that? What is, that's a print of the Book of the Dead from that movie? That's so you're okay, so you're 3D printing movie props. That's so awesome, man. How long does it take you to kind of design one of these movie props in general? Does it take you like a few weeks to probably get all the intricate details in there, I'm assuming? Yeah, with the key of Humantapra functional prop. Yeah, so you're able to actually, you printed it in a way, you designed it in a way that you're able to make it functional. That's, yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Congrats on that, man. That's a great idea, you know. Don't tell too many people about it, because, you know, then you're going to get competitors in the 3D world printing space. So I'm sure you get that, though. I guarantee you somebody right now has already stumbled on your Etsy site and they're copying you. Guarantee it. That one was from a commercial Patreon license, but I still had to modify a few parts on the models. Okay, lots of them are from paid memberships to get the files, then adjust as needed. Okay, yeah, so you're using some existing CAD drawings, whether they're licensed or not or whatever. You know, so I know that some of them, they make you pay like a commercial license to sell it commercially, and then you made adjustments. That's awesome, man. I did look at a 3D or a modeling AI generated website, and I prompted it my little idea, and it was way off, man. So I'm like, I got to learn this stuff from the ground up, because if I want to modify the model, I got to know what I'm doing, right? So it's fine. I print stuff that's not super simple. There's a reason only 2 of us worldwide make the Hellraiser one. Yeah, the files are free and royalty free. Not an easy piece. Yeah, me and J Bart in Ireland Das does it. Okay. Yeah, so there's only two of you, you know. I'm sure you guys probably could just, you know, collaborate and say, hey, are you working on this one? I'm working on this one. So, you know, let's just make sure we're not competing too much, right? That's sweet. Yeah, that's what I want. I got to find my niche that I'm interested in, that I'm passionate about, that it's not too competitive either. Because if you get things that are too competitive, no one's going to see you. But I still think it is probably not a super saturated market at this point. I still don't think like people got on the 3D printing bandwagon, because it's only been kind of big for like what 5, 7 years, something like that, to where it's been pretty easy to build a 3D printing business. Printers have gotten a lot better. Nah, we up each other's game, better for the customer. Yeah, you're right. You are right, man. Like that is the point of competition, is to be better for the customers, and it makes you better too, right? Makes you more efficient in your business, so that if you want to, you can undercut them by a few dollars, and then somebody comes to your site over somebody else's. I don't mind the competition at all. Bunch of copycat fake listings happen on eBay for the Witch King helmet. Stole my pics. Oh, they used your pics. Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Yeah, I am not interested in doing that kind of business. I want to learn this stuff from the ground. I think that when people learn stuff from the ground up and they build it from the ground up, there's always a reason why customers come back to you, because you got the quality, you got the know-how, you got the service. You know, like I'm sure like if there's an issue, you're probably very customer service oriented, where, you know, you take the return on and get them a new print or whatever. You know, you get the gist. Like you're probably really good about things like that, and your prints are probably better. Where was that? Missed something out of my toolbox. I'm gonna put that toolbox down here. Yeah, I'm excited for the whole exploring this new business. I can't do it, you know, all the time, but you know, from in the evenings when my wife is working as a teacher, um, I've got this little couch set up in our master bedroom. She's always working in the bed, and then I just sit on the couch, and I'm usually on my laptop editing videos. But now that I'm going to be slowing down on the videos a little bit, I'll have time to do the CAD drawings and all that. Sometimes it just takes too much time, so the price is the price, and I don't undercut my own time and effort. Yeah. How to sell a 5K watch, put it next to a 10K watch. Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes it look more affordable. Dude, I don't know how anyone affords those watches, man. I know a couple guys in my stock trading group that one guy just bought, I think it was like $5,000 watch or something like that. I'm like, what are you guys doing, man? You don't make that much money to afford that. But some people just like to live the life, you know. Fewer videos, more lives. You'll like the analytics. You're probably right, John. You're the testament to that. You know exactly what's going on. I mean, look at your channel. You got like 100+ people in your live stream. That's crazy. That's probably kind of overwhelming too, like keeping up with the comments and the discussion, the conversation, all while you're doing DoorDash. Insane, man. Every day I'm like floored. I'm like, how is this guy doing it? You know, but I know why you're doing it. You got 3 kids and your wife, dude. I get it, man. You got to get that hustle on, because you got a family. You can't mess around, you know? Totally get it. I gotta leave this light in my rack so that when I need to mess with the wires, everything's all good. I should shut this electrical panel. There. Yeah, I got my electrical panel and I got a transfer switch. So the transfer switch has 6 circuits on it, so that if my power goes out, I can still heat my house in the winter, because we've had these ice storms coming to Michigan. And so I run a generator in my backyard, and I run I think it's like a 25-foot cable through the window, plug it in. Usually we're only out of power for like a day, so haven't had too many issues with that generator. Let's see. I don't even want to sell the Predator 2 Xenomorph skull from the trophy room scene. So I listed at 400 and sold anyway. Dang it. Wow, dude. That's so cool, man. That's an awesome. See, that's the thing. That's like there's so many creative things, I think, with this 3D printing tech that the possibilities are really endless. I mean, think about movie props. How many movie props are there? There's probably thousands of them. And you're like, there's two of you doing movie props, which, you're getting some commercially, but that's a huge market even in itself. You probably get tons of other people doing movie props eventually, because there's got to be more than what you guys are doing. You should do that Avengers Gauntlet hand. Somebody mentioned in the comments on this live stream, they have the Lego Gauntlet hand. And that's one thing too that you can use as market research is Lego building something like that's from a movie prop? Maybe that would help you out too, or other companies that have movie props that sell really well. Alex Hormozy quotes bouncing around my head. Let's see. I figure it's serving that 10% demographic that can afford more pricey screen accurate stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you've got a specific market that you're targeting of individuals who have, excess spending capacity, or they like to use the credit card, right? Yeah, you definitely have to target your market, your price point, thinking about who your customer is. I get all that. That's kind of the stuff I definitely want to get into that. That's part of business. That's the fun part of business, figuring out what that is. Let's see here. What else do I have? Man, I keep forgetting parts. I'm just gonna set that here. All right, what else do I have to do? A mouse trap here. I need to move that. Man, I feel bad for any mice that comes this way. They're gonna get demolished. There's like 4 traps over here. I don't mess around. Oh, I'll just reset that one later. Yeah, sorry, a little bit to clean up here. I might be able to put this shelf back now that I'm not going to put it up yet, because I'm going to go and get. Hey, what's up, Aaron? What are you doing up this late, man? How you doing, man? I'm just showing off my workshop area for this 3D printing stuff. I gotta get some of this stuff out. All right, let's get out here. Good, dude. That looks awesome. Been doing these off hours studying for the assessment. Okay, what's the assessment for? Is that for your job, for motion picture kind of stuff? I'm going to put a staging area over here where I need to organize that room. So got my next task. Yeah, you were going to do a firefighter, but you're not anymore, right? Electrician school, dude. That's the way to go, man. That's the best money maker right there for the trades. Electrician, that's awesome. Are you looking to do commercial, I assume, versus residential? There's a really cool trick. Oh, hold on. I'll read that in a second. Let's see. There's a really cool trick I want to get you hip to for maybe gifts for the wife. Get a tan or brown filament and a magic marker. Print a jewelry box or something like that. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea. It keeps me doing film and I get paid to learn. That's good, Aaron. That's awesome. Hit the filament randomly in splotches as it prints. Ooh, that's cool. That's a cool idea. I bet you that looks really cool. That's probably something that you could probably show on YouTube as far as a process, right? Interesting. Let me see here. Magic marker. Hit the filament randomly. Spots it. Man, interesting. Okay. Prop dude, you definitely have some tricks up your sleeve, man. That's totally cool. Yeah, kind of whatever. There's a lot of things time learn and solar and opportunity in the data centers. Yeah, the data centers, there's definitely some money there, man. You know, I've talked about that in my channel. So periodically on the outside of the spool, keep hitting spots and it'll print like real wood grain. Oh, do you take a like a black Sharpie or like a brown Sharpie or just whatever color you think will look good mixed in? That's pretty cool. Strategy. I think that's neat. My kids will like that. They'll probably want to do that on their kid maker and just make some variety in there. Yeah, the 3D stuff is awesome, Aaron. Black works perfectly on that. So Aaron, Prop Dude Shop, one of my subscribers, he's saying as it's printing and pulling feed of the filament, like he's saying, make a jewelry box. Just tap or paint some of the filament here and there as it pulls through, and it'll like do some crazy. It'll look really cool, like real wood. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to do that with my kids. Sorry, I'm spinning around here like crazy. I want to do that with my kids' 3D maker and see what it does. Because you could use any color, I assume, any Sharpie, and see what it looks like. That's a good idea. All right, I got I want to leave tools in here. I'm gonna get my monitor set up here. That's what I'm working at getting done. All right, leaving my tools here. All right. Oh, these gotta go. These gotta go in this other room. Carry you guys with me. This door is so tight. I don't know why I'm being all quiet because they can't hear me down here in the basement, but you know, it's just one of those things you get used to when you have kids. You don't want to wake them up. All right, there we go. There's a locking magic box, Tudor Rose on Thingiverse, or the 2 heart jewelry box that are perfect for that. All right, I will look at that. I gotta write a note for that. Let's see, Tudor Rose, okay, or 2 heart jewelry box. Man, I gotta get you on my email or something. Yeah, email. Go on my channel if you could, Prop Dude Shop, and send me an email. It's dan@itsawealthylife.com. Shoot me an email, man. We'll kind of do some back and forth as far as ideas or whatever, you know, print 3D printing stuff if I want to learn something from you, because you got all the goodies, man. Let's see, Tudor Rose. All right, I don't want to mess up the. Oh, I got my lip here. What am I thinking, man? Here, let me type that in my notes. Tudor Rose. 2 heart. Okay, cool. All right, let's get some more stuff out of here. This is just some organ. Have you ever printed any of the tool organizers for like a drawer, a pull-out drawer? I saw one of the print guys on YouTube doing those too for organizing your tool area. Sent. See if you got it. All right, cool. Yeah, let me check. we go. All right, man. I got you. I got it. Thanks. That's awesome. All right, there we go. All right, what else I got to do here? I was even telling my wife, I'm like, man, maybe I want to put in a sticky tile floor here, but I've got these other foam gym mats. These are from like my kids, but I've got some gray ones that were for working out. I think I'm gonna get those from the garage and get this whole floor laid out with them. I've got probably enough to almost fill the whole floor, so something nice to work on. Let's see. Cool stuff on there. Holograms are so fun. All right, let's see. This is garbage. Let me get this out of here. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was going to get a monitor up on that bench. This is garbage. I'm going to set this here. All right. Got my Osmo 3. I tried to go live stream with it, and it just dumped out every time. Like it connected to my Wi-Fi, but it just wouldn't go live. So I think I need to update the firmware. It was going to download it earlier, but then it was like taking forever. So I'm like, forget it. I want to go live, which I'm really glad I did. I got some great tips from Prop Dude Shop. Now, Prop Dude Shop, I don't want to say your name publicly. I don't know if you're if you want to keep your privacy, obviously, on the channel. Do you have a YouTube channel for your 3D printing for your business? I would think so. That mummy reel hit 4 million views. I'm like, what the hell did I do? One hit wonder. So you had did you have a short on that? And you had 4 million views? Or was it a long form, 4 million views? How's the lesser uploads working out for you? It's good, Aaron. It's good. I mean, it's like freed up my mind a bit. It freed up my mind enough to say, hey, I should start a 3D printing business, and then I'll have content for 3D printing on the channel. Okay. I'm Darren. Yes, I have a YouTube, but no videos yet. Just Instagram. Okay. Cool. Like a minute for that video. Okay, cool. Are you going to start uploading videos for your business and your channel? I assume probably, yeah. I would. Now here's the problem, Darren, is that if I find your shop, I'm probably going to be down for buying some of these things. That's the thing, right? You know, you get exposed to some cool 3D printed object, and you're like, oh man, I gotta have that one, right? Maybe it's like the Alien movie prop, you know, from the movie Alien. That's one of my favorite ones. That one will get me hooked, or something with Legos, whatever, you know. Let's see here. I have to make a YouTube video to show people how to install the hard mode sleeve on the Hellraiser box. Yeah, for actually doing something with your product. That makes sense. Still here, just getting food at the house. Oh, that's good that you're getting close to home, John, or if you're at home, man. That's late night, Saturday night. You had a good day though, as far as the stream and 155 for the DoorDash. So that's good, honest work, man. New hobbies are dangerous. Yes, they are, Aaron. You know, I'm probably going to spend more on this for fun, but you know, hey, if I can make a buck later on, that's cool. Darren is converting a customer sale. Yes, he is. Hey, might as well, man. Darren, you know, I'll definitely support you, man. I'll push your products on this channel, and Come stop over at John's channel on Daily Driving, 582. That's his handle. He's got 100 people a night on there, and I guarantee you somebody's gonna be like, "Ooh, that's a nice movie prop." Yeah, still have a day job, can't take on more work. Yeah, exactly. That's always the trick, right? Is being able to manage um, your day job and your side hustle. But man, 84K side hustle, you're doing you're doing pretty well, man. No doubt. I wouldn't mind an extra 84K. Now I made an extra 22K in selling options last year, so I'm pretty happy with that. But that's not something active like that I do all the time. It's like you take a position, you wait a few weeks, you sell it, and that's how you make money in the markets. And you got to have capital to do it. But I had a great year. I think all the income I made from my IRA was 72K, so I'm kind of right there with you. Not trying to brag or anything. It's just you got to have these side hustles. You got to have extra things you're doing to make ends meet, but yet try to get to retirement, or else you're never going to get there. Because I don't want to work for somebody else for the rest of my life, man. I want to retire early someday. My main gig is fleet optimization for merchant ships. Busy time of the year. Yeah, in December it would be, right? Is that why? Because of the holidays, I would assume. That makes sense to me. Optimization for merchant ships. Man, that's pretty cool. I can learn a ton from you on that side. Only in a bit on stuff like Mara and Nibis. Just swing trades, nothing crazy. Yeah, and that's swing trading's fine too. Options is actually very similar to swing trading. There's not a whole lot of difference. There's probably more upside to swing trading a regular stock and holding it. But there's more downside risk to doing swing trading because options is like a hedge. So there's less upside, but less downside, right? But it's still very similar to trading regular stocks, if you ask me. And I started with options on this one speculative stock that I'm in now, and now I'm going to hold it. I'm not even going to sell options on it because I don't want to get called out and sell the stock. I actually want to hold it for a longer swing trade, maybe real long. Who knows? Yeah, that's a pretty cool job, isn't it, Aaron? This tripod is giving me some problems. There. How did I get that? Oh, I extended this. That's how I got that out more. It's giving me some issues. All right. All right, I think I've got room here now. Now I'm going to go get this monitor. Actually, I'm going to go upstairs and get this. Need to clean this monitor. It's disgusting. Get a duster. Still got to do dishes. It's 12 o'clock. They may wait till tomorrow. Doing my YouTube and 3D printer room, right? Academy grad that went shoreside. Lost everything in 2008 from a marine terminal job. Then since 2020, beats being stuck on a container ship. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, managing the containers going around, that's the way to go. I don't know if I can't do a ship. I would get seasick and I'd be toast in 2 minutes. All right, we're going to dust this monitor. Let's go get it. I'll be right back. I've had these 4K monitors for years now. And it's a 28 inch. I bought them like 15 years ago when 4K was getting big. And I use them in my normal day job at my desk. I've got 2 of them there. I used to have 3, but 3 was just getting a little ridiculous. But I'm pretty sure this one still works. It just hasn't been booted up in a while. Let's see how this is going to look. All right. Because you can't really do anything in a corner of a desk except have a monitor and a computer, right? Yeah, this will be pretty sweet. All right, I gotta move. These tools are a little in the way. Move them over wherever later on. I don't think I'm gonna need a pipe wrench for 3D printing, right, guys? Might need this little handsaw. No, I don't like my laptop being there with heavy tools. Yeah, I'm gonna get more pegboard stuff for sorting all this stuff because I'm just kind of throwing stuff together here. I think this will work. Yeah, this is pretty sweet. Yeah, that's gonna be a nice setup for a computer area. Weather jobs don't pay too well. You mainly see super passionate people in the field. Oh, you had to run, Aaron? Thanks, man. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. All right, let's go get a computer. I gotta get in this box. I don't think I need 2 monitors. I think that's a little extreme for a little 3D print workshop. One's enough, I think. All right. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall over here. I'm like debating which one to get. So I got 2 of them. All right, let's see here. I'll take you guys up here, why not? Here we go. That's a scope right there, scope box. All right. The only question I have with this is, do I have a hard drive in it? It's not a bad little computer. I had this small, I was trying to do the side hustle called 4K workstations. I sold 1 unit. I just didn't want to deal with the marketing and advertising, and it was a pain to build all these computers. I had trouble with it as far as building them, and not like a ton of technical trouble. It's just even just putting the motherboards on. I just felt like it was a pain, and there was a lot of overhead with the computer. Like all the parts were really expensive, not like PLA or anything like that. This stuff's cheap compared to $1,000 computer parts, you know. And plus, I don't know if you guys have heard, DDR4, DDR5 has like quadrupled in price because all of these AI initiatives, data centers, they're buying all the RAM. So like at my company, we sell this custom computer for my software, and we're struggling now because this DDR5 has like 4x'd as far as the cost of goods. So it's kind of a good thing I didn't stay in the computer building business, in my opinion. All right, let's see if this bad boy has a hard drive in it. I think it does, but I just don't remember. It's got a nice video card in it. I had these decent 4K video cards in it. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still got a hard drive in it. Sweet. Yeah, this thing's ready to go. I think it'll boot right up. Show you guys a computer shot. That's a decent video card there. It does have 4K output. It's a decent processor too. I think it's like an i7 if I remember right. So yeah, this will be perfect, man. I think it's got like a unlicensed version of Windows, but I could care less. You just got to deal with annoying like pop-ups or something like that. There's like limitations that you can't do on Windows if you don't use the licensed version, but I don't really care. We'll see what I need to do with it. All right, let's dust this bad boy off. There we go. Sweet. Have to get a power cord and an HDMI cable, which I could do. Maybe I'll do that. I don't think I need a keyboard and mouse. Yeah, shoot, I'll just go get a power cable and an HDMI and get this bad boy hooked up. Ooh la la, tech innards. Yes! Crucially, completely shut down their consumer operation. Really? Did they shut it down because of commercial AI? I bet you that's what happened. They can't even support it. That's crazy. Huh. That's kind of scary if you ask me. Sorry, it's kind of loud here. Let's see here. I get 2 of these power cables. As you can see, I live in the dungeon because my wife doesn't want to see any of this crap. Well, let's see here. I'm going to set you guys down for a sec. Alright, there we go. There we go. All these cables. There's one. I need 2 of them. One for the monitor and one for the computer. All right. I think they were 30% market share for storage. Crucial? Yeah. All right, now I got to get an HDMI cable. That's crazy. I didn't know that they did that. Can't even get RAM because the AI companies want it all. Somebody will find a market to sell into. I don't know though. There's so much demand. They're just going to strip the consumer demand, right? Let's do that. Actually, no. I want to do display port. Yeah. So then I get that 60 frames per second on the mouse and the screen. All right. Turns out my 980 3D build early 2025 was a good idea. Got the 5070 Ti card at MSRP. Dude, that's a good call. I'm kind of regretting now, like maybe I should have built the tower recently because my tower's 10, 15 years old. But I don't really know if I have the need for that much horsepower at this point. My computer that's 15 years old, I still am able to trade on the stock market, code stuff, run web servers and stuff like that. I use a MacBook M1, So I'm sure Apple's going to be able to supply their RAM. They'll just build it. They'll just build their own RAM for, just like they're building their own chips. So I use MacBooks mostly. I don't use Windows. I'm probably going to be using Windows PCs a bit more now with all this CAD drawing, 3D printing stuff. So yeah, now I'm kind of regretting like not building one. But it's not like I'm in business yet. I'm not making any money with this stuff, so it's not like down the road maybe I'll upgrade a PC and write it off. Let's see here. And we're gonna go over here. Yeah. Started using this fan control app for the new tower. Really cool free app. Mixed curves for GPU, CPU, whichever is higher temp, triggers the fan case. Cool. Step down speeds slower than ramp up for heat soak. So many cool settings. No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, as you're like using the processor, gets the fan going up or whatever. All right, let's see here. Try to get that. I hate these cables. Such a pain to get in the computer. There we go. I just gotta get the power cables in. What was I gonna say? Now, are you doing? I'm assuming you're using that tower for doing your CAD drawings, right, and rendering out slicing and stuff like that. Do you use Bamboo Studio for slicing, or do you use a different slicer? I heard like Bamboo Studio had issues slicing for certain printers or something like that on a YouTube channel. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll probably have to rewire all this up, but for now, I at least just want to get a computer here. Bamboo Studio. It's more resource heavy compared to Orca. Okay. Orca was the other one I heard of. Maybe you mentioned it. I'm not sure, but I think I heard that I wrote it down in my notes on that computer, that Orca was the alternative for slicing. So I'll take a look at that. Maybe I'll have to buy a new computer if the one I have is kind of dogging down from a 3D print slicing thing. We'll see. All right. I don't know where I'm going to put the tower, but I'm just going to power it up just to see if I have some juice here with this computer. I'll organize it later, another day. Come on. There. All right. Moment of truth. Let's see. Now you see, I'm gonna have to put that tower below because that's like a little too big. But let's see if we works here. Seems to be working. Let's see if it takes signal. May have to move the display port, maybe. See if I get anything. Yeah, I am paying attention. I've got a bunch of notes for this stuff to try to learn everything. I'm going to actually make a list of like even comments from you, stuff I take notes about, and put them into like just a little JSON file or whatever, and then I can use AI against that to see if like I can have good strategies on dealing with these printers and stuff like that. Early days, I learned a lot from Frankly Built YouTube channel. Met him at Silicon Valley Comic-Con in 2021 when Adam Savage and all the Iron Man cosplayers in. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think I need a mouse. It looks like I've definitely got. I did see something come up on the screen, so. But it is falling asleep. Maybe it's a mouse or keyboard that I need. We'll see. I know I've got a spare mouse somewhere. Oh yeah, got some stuff in here, I think. Always gotta have tech gear, right? I think I got something in here. No, maybe not in this one. Got one somewhere. Back to the dungeon. No, I don't think I know where my mouse is. I'll have to look later. Yeah, I got quite a bit done. I'll have to come back down here tomorrow and organize that room. But yeah, I had a lot of fun talking to Darren on the 3D print, learning a lot there. And yeah, man, I'm glad John stopped by. That was fun. Everyone who stopped by, man, it was great. Had a lot of fun. I think I'm going to probably call it. It is 12:22. This is definitely my longest live stream. And this was the second one. I did start with one earlier, but I had some problems. And then my daughter woke up, so I had to take care of that. And so, yeah, it's coming together. I mean, I think, maybe another day or two. I'm going to do the under-track lighting there as well. I'm going to prop those up with some 2x4s. They're a little saggy. And yeah, man, I'll definitely be doing an unboxing of the, P2S, and just all the interesting problems I'm probably going to have. We'll see what happens. You're eating, John? You're at home? Yeah, what you munching on, man? Hey, thanks, Tiff. I appreciate it. I didn't know you were still on here. I know you're 2 hours behind. But yeah, I'll check the replay on your show that you did tonight. I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of fun music too to hang out to. Glad I caught you. Just finished the boxes. Did 5 Star Wars hologram pucks, 2 Witch King helmets, and these 4 boxes after my shift. Woo! Dude, that's so awesome. How many printers you have? I think you mentioned like 2 of them. Just curious how many printers that you're operating with to do that kind of revenue. I would imagine more than 2. Chicken salsa? Good call, John. You're back. Are you back? 7 bamboos. Wow. Yeah, you got it going on, man. You are headed to the promised land. Eventually, you're not going to work for someone, I think. And you're investing. I already know that. Doing a little swing trading. Yeah, you're on your way. Yeah, that's amazing, dude. I think that's so cool. X1Cs are sitting. One has a bad extruder, another nozzle bent. Yeah, they do say. I did watch another 3D printing video on how to price your products based on depreciation of these printers, because there's a lot of maintenance on them. You just kind of price out a per hour, basically. What does it take you for a print? And that's kind of an hourly rate for your printer. Growth was 90% year over year, so I had to scale up. Dude, 90%. I mean, obviously it's going to slow down eventually, but I mean, some of these print farm YouTube channels have like way more than 7, so you might be in for another 90% next year, and maybe another 90% the year after that. If you keep, you got to keep on it, obviously. Heck yeah, chicken and salsa is good eating. Oh, my older X1 is over 12,000 hours. Wow. Had a belt snap over 11,000 hours, but about 2 years in. Dude, you're getting your money's worth. That's for sure. I mean, these 3D printers, granted, the P2S was like, what, $600? I'm sure the ones that you're buying are a little bit, $1,500 to $2,000, but still, like, if you're doing 82K in revenue, you've paid for all those printers and then some. Dude, I'm excited now. You're getting me all excited. Like, I can't get my hopes up too much though, and I got to work hard at obviously coming up with prints that can sell. So that's part of the challenge. So you spent 12K in machines in 2025. That sounds about right. I mean, doing 82K in revenue, you're definitely going to spend some money on capital to build all that product. Obviously, you're spending some money on electricity too, which I've been reading up on that. If you get more than one machine, like as they boot up, they eat a lot of juice apparently. So the Eufy Make E1 still isn't here, and that was 3K on Kickstarter. Oh, is that a new one that you bought? Cool. Can combine that with 3D prints, making decals. Oh, Eufy Make E1. I'm gonna write that down. I'm taking notes, man. This is business. Come on, get in there. Where's my notes at? There we go. Okay. What's that thing called? Eufy Make. EUFYMAK. E1. I'll have to check that out. Don't tempt me, man, to buy more printers. Okay, I gotta make a product first. But you can make decals with it. UV printer. It's like an inkjet printer, but with resin. Can do textured prints that look insane. I have the rotary attachment to print directly on drink tumblers. Okay, dude. So I saw a video, not a video, but a channel. This guy has a print farm, and he makes parts for that laser etching that you're talking about that hold the bottle in place while you're like, etching on a bottle or whatever. It's kind of like what my dad did. My dad used to make these parts that would hold parts for bridge ports and these other, mechanical steel things. So similar business. So think of a textured topographical map of Mordor on your tumbler. Dude. Huh. That's pretty cool. Yeah, because there's the Catan board game I was mentioning. There's a 3D printed one that's $300. I don't know if it's 3D printed. It's probably plastic injection molded, but it's like physically 3-dimensional, right? But you're telling me that people are putting like 3-dimensional stuff on tumblers? Something like that? Dude, that's crazy. I know. Darren, send me. I don't know if you sent me a link. Send me a link to your shop. I want to check it out. I think it'd be pretty cool to check out. But I'd be tempted to probably buy something too. You never know. I hear corporate gifting. Yeah, Tiff. Tiff is in corporate America. I don't know who she works for, but I think she might be looking for a corporate gift. That's for sure, man. And then do a textured thing on it. Yeah, dude, get you some business, man. That's what it's all about. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I'm at 11%. I'm gonna have to end it pretty soon here, else I'm gonna run out of juice. Plus, it is getting a little late. I don't know what everyone's doing up. Now, where are you at, Prop Dude Shop? What time zone are you in? Are you in the East Coast or West Coast? I made lithophane night lights for my internal audit team. Oh, in Texas. Okay, that makes sense. Shipping. Okay, that's cool. So you're like Central Time. So it's only 11:30 right now. Only 11:30. I keep saying prop dude, but I'll try to remember. And I like to say people by their names because it's just like more personal. I don't know what HB's name is, but we'll go with HB for now. And now, HB, are you on John's channel on his streams here and there? I assume. My thing is, I'm always like listening on my headphones, so I don't always see the chat in his live stream. Hey, what's up, Will? How you doing, man? You having a good night? Oh, you just saying have a good night? Yeah, thanks, man, for checking in. I appreciate it. Oops. I got to come check out your channel sometime. It's been a while. I know that you've been busy with good stuff on your channel, man. And you got monetized recently. If you guys haven't heard of his channel, it's called God, what is it? Something. Now that's embarrassing. I forget. There's so many channels that I have. I think it's Will Thompson. I think, if I remember right. Let me find it here. Too many. Anyways, he's got a good channel. Here it is. Let's see here. What's the name of your channel if you're still on here? Let's see here. He's got a real good channel about about like California. He does like kind of film and stuff like that, like in nature or something like that. I think it's just search Will Thompson. I think you'll find it. So. Oh, you just caught John's channel for the first time tonight. Yeah. He's got a great driving daily channel, and then he's got another one called Real Thoughts Project. Check that one out too. That's how I think he either found me or I found him on that channel, and that's more of kind of just talking head thoughts that he's got. So, parametric model maker tool on Maker World is really cool for work things. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait on that. Now we're getting even to more things. I can only do one thing at a time. So one word becomes another when you look at the piece from another angle. What? Parametric model maker. All right, I'm gonna have to write that one down. Wow, interesting. Now you got my wheels spinning. Now I'm gonna have to look into all this cool tech, right? I'm sure you've probably gone down the rabbit hole of all this, because once you realize that you can adjust these models, the world becomes your oyster. You can literally just make whatever you want. And so you're seeing that, and that's what I'm seeing too with these machines, the laser etching, and now you're talking about this parametric model maker thing. That you start learning all these tech with the software. Now you can just build whatever you want. That's the appeal to me, like the same appeal I had for software, because I could build it all with a laptop. I don't need capital intensive. This is a little capital intensive, but not much, I made one for my local coffee shop. So one side says 5013, then the other side says coffee. Oh, interesting. I'll have to check that out. I'm sure there's plenty of demos on, what they've made with that unit. Maker World, man. I gotta dive deep on that. That's what I need to start doing, is spend more time looking at these technologies and understanding how they apply to like something like this, right? A little coffee mug. Man, everyone's drinking out of these things, and all the ladies are drinking with their like water bottles. My wife and my daughter, they got a whole slew of those things. I'll tell you what, that's something I might start thinking about, is water bottle accessories. They are going gun-ho with these water bottles. The whole Stanley fad or whatever. If you can find some accessories for that stuff, that's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to think of something. Lightbox Flexi Toy Maker. Okay. I'll write that down. There we go. Notes. Got to take notes, or else you forget about it. Oh, man, it's 12:30. I do have to get going pretty soon. Probably gotta take a shower. I've been dirty all up in here, cleaning up cobwebs, and I don't know. It's kind of dirty down here, but yeah, I'm really happy now, man. See now, Darren. Now I'm really happy that I alleviated all this space, because I think with all the fun goodies and gadgets that you've got going on, maybe I might want some of that action too, right? Laser etching or whatever other technology you got going on. Yeah, you are an enabler, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be bad. You're going to see this room decked out, and then I'll have to go get myself a little office space somewhere. That's the thing. Like, you got 7 printers. I don't know if you're doing it out of your house, probably, but eventually you're gonna have to upgrade some space. Get a little warehouse office space or something like that. If you can do, you got to do a lot more than 84K though. If you're gonna upgrade to an office, I would say if you're gonna ever go to like a warehouse or an office, you got to get to like $250,000, something like that. But you're on your way, man. You're probably gonna be doing like $500,000 in revenue soon. Good night, Darren. Appreciate it, man. Oh, dude, this was a great chat with you. I'm glad I learned a lot. One more thing. For gluing, AK Fix CA glue with activator spray, better than regular super glue. Okay. I'll make a note of that. AK Fix CA glue. I got to learn about what this whole gluing stuff you're talking about is for the base plate, something to do with that. Thank you, Tiff. Cool having you in the chat. You stay safe as well. Thanks, HB. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all the time. We're at 2 hours. People like 3D gloop, but I heard the fumes are brutal. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I got to research all that, how this whole process works. I'm sure I'll learn a lot, and obviously with you, maybe I'll send you an email or two if I have any questions, and interesting conversations we'll have, I'm sure, in the future. So thanks, Darren. Thanks, Tiff. Thanks, HB. Appreciate it. Thanks, John. I assume you might still be on, and everyone in the chat who donated too as well. I appreciate it. PLA welding with a soldering iron is okay when appropriate. Okay, I gotcha. Have a good night, John. Hey, man, be safe out there tomorrow if you're driving again. I'm sure I'll catch you on your live stream. All right, guys, I'm calling it. Have a good night. Later. Thanks, John.